Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. This match is really heating up as we are getting to the end. JeDi, our Zerg player, the last remaining non-Protoss, was able to take out Xianhun in an absolutely epic game. I mean, Guardians and Ultras. It was a special one. Definitely check that out if you have not seen it yet. But now he's on Eclipse and going against QiaoGeGe. Sorry, I know every time I say any Chinese name, there is people in the comment section let me know that I got it wrong. That's fantastic, guys. Thank you. I try to fix it as best I can. The words make very weird sounds with letters that I know. So it's bizarre, and I do my best. But anyways, QiaoGeGe, if I recall the last time someone corrected me, that's what they said it was. You know, he is a very good Protoss player. I don't think he's the same level as Xianhun, of course, nor is App, who is our last Protoss player, if QiaoGeGe loses. But, you know, JeDi was looking really good. I think he had very good decision-making overall. His build was a little bit tricky at the beginning, and he got a little bit of an edge from it and just kind of held on, right? So we'll see if he's able to maybe get it to the final match. That would be insane if we get down to just like one PVZ to decide the whole week's games. So anyways, while we kind of wait for this game to heat up and this gateway expansion to get a Zealot out across the map against this pool first build, thank you so much for coming to ArtosisCasts. I appreciate it. Please do make sure that you subscribe and of course hit that notification button. You know, I release, unless I get very unlucky like I did like a week ago and get super sick right at the end of a string of videos that I have pre-prepared. Unless that happens, I have a video every single day. So, I mean, we definitely have over 365 games a year. And, yeah, hope that you're enjoying it. If you want, you can check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Artosis. So, little bit of a block there, just slowing down the hatchery. Keeps the Lings back for a moment as well. That's going to give him a little bit more build time on a secondary Zealot. And there's a little dance that occurs here. So when your opponent does something like a 9-pool, you have to make sure that they don't get up your ramp. Here, QiaoGeGe has gone for the Forge. So he's made a wall that's tight, basically, right? But the Lings will come up here, hit the gate, and if the Zealot comes out, you can either try to surround the Zealot or run by, right? So there's this dance is actually very intense. It can be really tough, and I think he might throw up a cannon, honestly. This is enough Zerglings. I wouldn't be surprised if he made one. Oh, wow. I felt like there was an opportunity for JeDi to surround this one and maybe threaten a run-in, right? Because this is enough Lings to kill 2 Zealots, but not 3. Oh, well, that's good blocking right there. I guess he ends up not needing that cannon at all. A lot of damage dealt to JeDi's Lings. But anyways, you see kind of the interesting part of the early game dance, right? That's something that we see a lot in this matchup. Now the Zealot's just trying to force those Lings back a little bit. Let's go down and check on the actual tech from Zerg. Layer on the way off of 2 hatcheries once again. Oh my, is it going to be 2 hatchery Spire once again? And if so, you know, obviously QiaoGeGe saw that previous game, right? So if it's a 2-hatch Spire, the question is, will there be mutas? Right? That's really interesting. I'm not sure what this is going to end up looking like. I do like, though, that QiaoGeGe has Zealots already out on the map. So your opponent has less larva than usual with a build like this because they're only on 2 hatches for longer. So forcing more Lings in general, I think, can be very good. Now he backs up, checks the 3rd, and is just going to hold this ramp for now. That's a lot of Speedlings. He's got 14 out, 16 out even, 18 out now. That's a lot, man. That's like, that could have been 9 other drones, right? Well, not exactly, because then these Zealots will just walk in and kill you. But just something to keep in mind, that he's spent a lot of money on Zerglings. Look at this, 12 drones against 22 probes. That's a big difference. Now, the Spire is coming up. Over at QiaoGeGe's base, Cybernetics Core, just about to finish. He's going to throw down his Stargate without any doubt. There it is. And since he knows that it's 2 base, you've got to be thinking, okay, is this a 2 base Spire once again? Of course, we can see that it is. Back at home, only a single photon cannon. Notice he's making a pylon here. This will allow him to make photon cannons in this mineral line if need be. This one will as well. And obviously, he's got great pylon coverage up here. So definitely can fit the cannons where he needs them if he's going to make them. Oh, double Stargate to start. Double Stargate to start. So, are we going to see mutas this time from JeDi? Big question. Big question. Makes a lot of drones right before the Spire hatches, so he's not going to have many larvae to answer that question with. Decides to attack up with the Lings. So this is enough to kill the 3 Zealots, but obviously, as you can see, they're being quite efficient. 2, 2, 6. So he's killed 11 Lings, 13 Lings, 14 Lings killed with those 3 Zealots. So pretty damn good. Another hatchery going down. So that's an interesting third base. Not where you'd normally expect, but he wanted it on time. So probably better to make it there than to clear the Zealots and then make it late. We have the Carapace upgrade. We have Scourge being made. No mutas as of yet. He may just scout with the Scourge and then decide. One thing to mention, Scourge have like the worst vision of any unit in the game. Right? So you have to get pretty close to see anything. There you go. Well, that wasn't too hard to scout because they're both sitting right there, but he sees 2 Stargates immediately. And yeah, he knows exactly what's going on. So I don't think we're going to see Mutalisks at all. Scourge still trying to chase away this other Corsair as well. And he actually cancels the +1 Carapace. Honestly, I like +1 Flyer Carapace, but maybe when you're on this few bases, you're like, you know, never mind. We'll just utilize the Hydras as our defense. And maybe later on in the game, get that +1 Flyer Carapace. Like when we need to get our Guardians again. Citadel on the way. Corsairs still being somewhat produced. Might be going for a set number like the 6 he had previously. Hydralisk speed coming up. The game, in some ways, looks similar to the last one. I do feel like QiaoGeGe is doing maybe, in some ways, a bit better than Xianhun did. Right? I think the Zealot pressure was very, very good from him early on. But obviously, that was a different build than what Xianhun opened with on Butter. Forge expands are much more popular on Butter anyways, so that kind of does make sense. Overlord speed coming up for our Zerg player. Group of Corsairs trying to push back any Scourge that they find. 7 Corsairs. So 7 Corsairs total. They are going to have +1, so that's pretty good. And, well, I mean, he's going to try to do some harassment. I don't know if he's going to really get many Overlords here. Oh, he's diving hard on that one and doesn't get it. Oof. Takes a lot of damage on 1 Corsair. Nice micro there, though. Might be able to finish that later. You never know. Like, there are a lot of situations where you damage Overlords and you can come back later once the Hydras are moving around the map a bit more. Gets an Overlord, though. JeDi pretty low on workers still. Oh, God, that looks so juicy. I would love to jump on that with the Corsairs. This is probably not the best choice, but, man, I would love to kill that clump. They were so close together. Ooh, I think he is actually going to get... If he flies in for a second, like, from the side, he definitely can get some damage. 2 hatches over there, so we're going up to 5 hatch at the moment. We have that Hydralisk range upgrade on the way. Soon, +1 missile attacks certainly going to start. An additional cannon here at home for QiaoGeGe. Could put 1 more probe on here. This is not efficient mining. The geyser, like, the only time you need only 3 workers for a geyser is when the geyser's to the north of the structure. That's why you see every main base, by the way, on modern maps, always has the geyser above instead of below. Like, this geyser is kind of in the middle of the base, which sucks, but you only need 3 workers for it. Any other position, it needs 4 for truly optimized mining. Just a little tip for you guys. All right, so another hatchery coming up. And by the way, when I say truly optimized, it's like, for instance, this one is almost optimized, but you can see that this, if a drone pops out right before, on any of the 3 that are going, right before the other one pops pops up to it, then yeah, it's not fully getting as much gas as it could. you won't always see it fixed, because like you can actually live with that sometimes. So it's not always the biggest deal, but in the first geyser it means more. That's why almost every single main base has the northern gas. And oh, by the way, I think actually left gases can be fully optimized too, now that I'm really thinking about it in my head. Fairly certain about that. Okay. Now, Robo on the way. Kind of an interesting pylon placement around it. We're going up to 8 gates. Dragoon range. Has the High Templars out. Corsairs still doing a good job roaming the map, for sure. That is a lot of Zealots out as well. Very well defended. You're not going to hit that. And very well defended, I would say, as well. Can't really get into here. Lurker upgrade is almost done. Sounds like the Corsairs getting to kill quite a few Scourge there. All right, Ling's getting a pretty good scout here of what's going on. Definitely, you can tell that QiaoGeGe is looking to get his 3rd base up. No big surprise there. And yeah, the Corsairs continue to do a good job. Like, he hasn't really lost them, which is nice, because sometimes you'll see they'll get a little bit... Like, the Corsairs will be moving into a position, and then something will happen on the map that takes your attention, and then suddenly you've lost 2-3 Corsairs to Hydras. We haven't seen that yet. So, some very good multitasking going on. In fact, you can see quite a fast player. 320 APM. That Dragoon range just about to finish. QiaoGeGe moving through the map a bit. Pushing Hydras back for the time being. We have actually the drop upgrade coming right now for Zerg. So that's kind of interesting. I'm trying to think what exactly he wants to utilize the drops for. I think it's a little bit hard. Dropping is hard on Eclipse in general, okay? If you look at it, the rally point is almost always like here, which blocks the main. So it's like you could drop the 3rd or you could drop the natural, but normally drops want to go to the main base because it's more spread out and there's less static D. Like a 3rd base always has cannons, right? A natural always has cannons. Main base, well, you drop on the gateways, there's really nothing there, and then your opponent has to run all the way back and try to block you from killing that. Maybe they have to go up a ramp. So I'm not sure what the play with the drops is going to be. It's not that it's a bad idea necessarily, just not maybe the best map for it, right? Like, let's say that we're on Sylphid right now, big wide open main bases that aren't really blocked by other expansions. That's fantastic. Here, I don't know as much like what that's going to look like for him. And of course, if you're really inefficient on a drop, that is going to give your opponent a bit of an advantage. A little group of Hydras once again roaming about, looking to pick off anything they can. Something we've seen a lot from JeDi so far. Ooh, okay, now I understand. It's lurker drops. That makes much more sense. I don't know why I didn't think of that. It's just, I guess lurker drops are so uncommon against tier, and I don't think of it as much. That was a great unburrow reburrow, by the way, because when he unburrowed one, it no longer had an attack, so the priority of the cannon switched. That's why this was allowed to stay alive, because it had 1 hit left. Otherwise, the cannon kills everything. So now we have this because of that unburrow reburrow. Really, really smart play. I've actually not seen that before, but really well done. Now, it looks like the Corsairs caught the other drop. These 2 lurkers did make it out in time, but the Overlord is gone. So kind of annoying right there that he doesn't get that drop off. QiaoGeGe with a gigantic army, by the way. Look at this, 185 against 131. Not a very good position here for JeDi. This is really tough for JeDi. I mean, he has an okay amount still, right? Like, his standing army's pretty strong. His economy's okay, but nothing outstanding for him. He's still macroing up Hydras heavily. QiaoGeGe moving across the map. Is he going to be able to break a position? Now, this is one of the things that can be very annoying about Eclipse, right? You have a lot of different paths. So we have Protoss moving down this path. Zerg started to move up this path, but decided to turn around. So it looks like he is going to go for a defense instead of a counterattack. Now, down come the Hydras, picks off one of the High Templars. The other one gets picked off, well, excuse me. A counterattack, well, more of a flank from behind here with JeDi's other units. And QiaoGeGe kind of spread out a little bit too much here. His entire army together definitely is stronger, but when it's spread like that, you can see that JeDi picks off little pieces of it. So he's going to kind of regroup what he has left over. It looks like we have a lot of Psystorms. Oh my god, like 3 Psystorms and then 2 there. More on the way as well, since he has that Kadarin amulet upgrade. Some good storms coming down, kind of pushing in, but you can see JeDi wrapping around right now for a massive, massive flank. He's going to send the rest of his Hydras to the north as well. And you know what? If there's no Psystorms, well, there are 2 there and 3 there. Oh my god. Starts to throw those Psystorms down a little bit. Some flanking coming in from Zealots as well. Another storm in the back. JeDi losing a lot of Hydras. His supply going down quite a bit. In the meantime, oh, no, that is not a Nexus warping in. That's just the Corsair sitting there. Definitely something he wants to think about, though. JeDi continuing to bring up his Hydras. Oh my god, is he going to actually overwhelm with Hydras? It looks like the answer is yes. He's going to basically kill off this entire army. He did spend a lot of his units. Look at the supply, though. Gets a lot closer. Like, we were 185 to 130 or something at the beginning of that sequence. And now, like, JeDi has worn him down quite a bit. The supply a lot closer. In fact, army supply equal, which you don't want as Protoss, because Hydras only cost 1 supply, and everything Protoss has costs 2. So the Hydra's very, very strong in this position. Look at this. Some good micro dodging storms a little bit, getting that big explosive damage off onto these Dragoons. They do have a couple armor, which is helping out as well. Zealot and Archon finish up and will push things back, but bringing up now his Lurkers, and I don't see an Observer anywhere here. A lot of Overlords, so he will be able to maybe snipe Observers as they come in as well. Trying to spread these Lurkers a bit. The probes, unfortunately, do have to turn around. Some very good storms as he begins to retreat back. But honestly, when you get into a position like this, it becomes, I'm not going to say unwinnable for Protoss, but oftentimes that's what it feels like. Now, if he was on 2 base, unwinnable. He's on 3 base, though, so that gives him a lot more potential. Now, this does not have a lot of probes, and we saw him actually transferring a bunch of probes that had to turn around because of the Lurkers. But yeah, so when these, basically, when you get a big containment here, which is, it's no longer really a containment, it's just a small group of Hydras, so I guess I don't have to talk about that too much. But containments are very strong on a map like this, right? It's a very small choke you're trying to come out of as Protoss, and you don't have a real standing army. You want to build up your tech units over time with Protoss, like retain your Dragoons, retain your High Templars, and he wasn't able to do that. So it's just what's popping out of his gateways at the moment. Now the single Lurker drop shuts down mining here for a moment. Really, really annoying. Another Lurker drop up here, going to pick off a few probes on the gas. Another annoying moment here for QiaoGeGe. This is a funny thing that we're looking at as well. I think he definitely needs to kill this gateway. It's going to back up. This is super in the way. Like he comes up to hit. Honestly, I almost feel like it would be a big brain play for him not to attack that. Okay, yeah, QiaoGeGe is going to remove that. Basically, you need... he should kill this, honestly, too. You need as wide an area as possible for when you move out to try to break out of a containment. Because the more you're in a choke, the more damage you're going to take from everything. It takes longer for your units to get into range. More of your units are clumped up for splash damage from things like Lurkers. It's real bad. Now, another double Lurker drop seems to be the idea here. Loading up probes, by the way, to transfer since he's got so few up here. Trying to bring some Lurkers. I really like the probe drop. Very important. We're going to have to see him try to break out. I don't know when that will be, but he's not mining very much right now. That's for sure. Those additional 8 probes will help. He really should bring over another 8 at least. 4th base is finally going up. Look, 20 minutes in and we're getting 4th base for the first time. That's kind of wild. Definitely a lot of action, a lot of scuffling this game. Yeah, he's going to load up another shuttle worth of probes. This containment now is super, super deadly. Supplies are pretty close. The upgrades are just slightly in favor here of QiaoGeGe. Just slightly. You know, +2 against 1-2. Okay, comes out with his Dragoons, trying to pick off as many of these lurkers as he can. As the lurkers go down, he's going to have a much easier time of things. Lurkers really are kind of the backbone of this containment. Oh, no. Archon's going to be stupid sometimes. Not too much, but sometimes. Nice storm onto those Hydralisks. He's picking off quite a bit. The Scourge come in, but he does keep one observer alive there. Brings the Zealots up. They're going to tank quite a bit of damage while he finishes off that lurker. Still trying to push. He has an observer up here. Pulls it back for a moment. He does have to be really careful not to lose that. We actually have a lot of Lings being made now from JeDi. Honestly, this looks really good for JeDi to me. Like, he has his 4th base up and mining, and he still has the containment reasonably strong. It's not as good as it was when it was up here, but it's still pretty darn good, and his macro is really finding its stride. He's got a lot of mining going on right now. So some storms going down. And it looks like JeDi going to push everything back. Is this the end of QiaoGeGe? Some good storms. Some very good storms right there. Really clearing out a lot of Hydralisks. JeDi very aggressive on trying to pick off High Templars. Brings in his Zerglings. The storm gets him, though. A few Zealots going around the map. This actually could be a huge moment. I don't know if he knows about these Zealots. But if they, like, sneak up into here and start getting drones, that's pretty darn good. That'll hiccup the economy of JeDi for a moment. Don't forget, though, he still has decent patches at these bases. So his economy really is a lot better right now. A few units are here as the Zealots get up. So unfortunate for QiaoGeGe. A good idea. Backing up very defensively here once again. Honestly, QiaoGeGe, time is running out for him. He's actually got really fantastic saturation here still. He's got about half the minerals from this base. So he has a little bit more time. But he really actually needs to get out here and either kill this base or take a 4th. The 4th probably the right move. But we'll see what his decision is as he hopefully breaks out. Because if he doesn't break out soon, he's just got to type in GG. Like, you can't just fight a containment forever. Some lurker reinforcements, the most annoying thing for him to get rid of. All right, backing up. You can't fight those Zerglings, that's for sure. All right, looks like I'm not sure how that. I guess that was the 3rd Zealot that he had sent over before. Maybe it was hiding somewhere for a little bit. Anyways, another attack in right now from JeDi. Like, this really, I mean, the way that JeDi is playing, I really do like it. This is very straightforward. He just keeps battling, and even if he trades inefficiently, like slightly inefficiently, he's getting ahead from it because he's just keeping his opponent down on one base. It's one base mining. Well, we are running out of minerals at these bases now. So, you know, it's getting a little bit worse for JeDi. But it's only been one base for Protoss for a very long time now. Actually, a surprisingly long time. What's it been? 6 minutes or something? That he's mining off one base. He's been fighting out of this containment for, I don't even know how long, 10 minutes? Normally, if a containment is up this long, like, the game will oftentimes just end, right? Because eventually you look at it and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to break that. But, you know, this is a team event here. Oh, that's a big catch. Gets a shuttle that has 3 zealots in it. We'll get the DT out, so, you know, the highest quality unit is at least going to sneak out and try to find something to do. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying, being a team event where he's also representing Protoss and Janhun and App, you know, he's going to try his best to get this victory. Because if he loses, I mean, we only have 1 Protoss left to try to take out JeDi, who has proven himself to be extremely strong in this matchup. All right, we are running out of minerals at these bases. A new base being taken, a 5th. I wonder... Yeah, I guess there's too much stuff. Like, look, Scourge are around everywhere. And Overlords for spotting. So you can't really sneak shuttles out well. We saw him to try that before. That didn't work. No way for him to get down to this space. No way for him to walk over to this space. All right, it looks like he is going to start clearing these cannons, which makes sense. You need this area to be as open as possible so that your units are in a good formation as they come out. So it looks like that is what he's up to. All right, another attempted break coming out here from QiaoGeGe. The storm's not really cutting it right now. Observer walking its way up very slowly to get into position to allow him to hit some of these lurkers. Overlord coming over. He wants to snipe it. He wants to snipe it. See, targets it down immediately when he sees it. Well, somehow we're still in it, right? We're still in this game. This base is gone. New base is up, though, so 2 bases mining. He's pushing further than before. He's got a good amount of Psy Storms in here. Hold on. Does he have enough to actually break everything here? All right, good storms, good storms. Oh, some money storms up there. The Hydra's taking a ton of damage at this point. Look at that, absolutely shredding through some of these Hydras, but is there enough for JeDi to still fight back and kill this clump of army? If he gets rid of this clump of army, I mean, that would have to be GG, because there's no way he's going to be able to remake. Won't get to this strength again. More Dragoons coming down. Dragoons really the key to this right now. Big storm on those Lings. Huge amount of lurkers coming up. Oh my god, I think you've got to spread here a little bit. The Dragoons being surrounded by lurkers, but you know what? They're being picked off so quickly. Oh my god! QiaoGeGe is very close to actually fully holding on. Fully breaking through this ridiculous containment that's been going on for, I want to say, 15 minutes. One of the longest containments I've seen. The fact that he's going to break out and he's going to go ahead and expand, man. He's going to get that 4th base up. Okay, we've got ourselves a game right now. This is really low. Oh my god, this was literally like the last moments that he could do this too. 4 High Templars being made. The next 400 minerals absolutely have to be the Nexus. You cannot continue to make units here. There it is. The Nexus gets started. Doesn't have any Psystorm in this army. He definitely wants to stop on top of this ramp. Take a defensive stance. High Templars coming over. More temps on the way. No big surprise there. Jedi's supply is very, very low right now. They've got the same amount of workers, so the supplies that you see really do represent what's going on. Does get supply block there as well. Making a bunch of overlords at the moment. All right, little Hydra counterattack here at the natural. Ooh. Oh, he's got the storms, though. The storms finish just as the Hydras start to walk up. Looks like 4 will be left over, unfortunately. I mean, any unit that pops out might be able to kill these, though. They're so low on health. What an annoying situation. Sends back a handful of Dragoons to deal with this. Oh, even an Archon coming as well. Taking it pretty seriously. Maybe assuming that something like this will occur. Jedi moving up the map with a group of Hydras here. So, seems like he thinks maybe I can get in here and pick off some key structures, get rid of some gateways, that type of thing. Really, honestly, anything you kill right now is very hard to get back. Nexus is done, sending his probes over. Definitely wants to transfer even more than that. Barely keeping one base economy alive here for QiaoGeGe. The Hydra's dealing some real damage at the bottom of the ramp here. Even stopping probes from mining here. Like, every little bit of gas counts right now for a poor Protoss player. I don't think I'd ever say that, but, I mean, Jedi has really stayed in control of this game. Amazing that QiaoGeGe is still in it. Ooh, sneaky lurkers trying to come up and blow up the entire economy all at once. Looks like he does have that vision, though. Is going to be able to get rid of these. I think he got confused there. Actually stormed, or maybe he gave that storm command, and it took a while for the High Templar to get in range. But either way, wasting one there. And the Robo's going to fall, so that's going to be it for observers for a while. It's really, like, look at his gas, right? It's really expensive right now for him to get any more observers, any more Robos out. And Jedi now at 32 minutes going to go Hive. What does he want off of the Hive? It has to be like 100%. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I was going to say 100% Defiler, but... well, yeah, I think you start with Defiler because you want the Dragoons to go away, and then you hit him with the real Hive Tech power, Guardians. All right, a couple group of Hydras on the other side while he continues to try to push up here. Some nice splitting there on the lurkers. Bringing Hydras up as well. QiaoGeGe doing his best to just clear what he can. Comes up with the flank, but oh my god, he sees it. That's a move where you're hoping they're looking over here so you can pick off High Templars, but he was unable to. Some great storms there from our Protoss. Another army from Protoss coming over, sandwiching these Hydras a little bit. Well, another base being taken. So this is probably the most important thing going on right now. Obviously, we still have this push going down, but that's going to be 3 bases against 1, and that's too much. Like, 1 against 2, you have these types of upgrades and Psystorm and all that. It's like, okay, we can see how he's holding on, right? But when it's going to be 3 times the income almost, not exactly 3, but somewhere in that range, it's hard to be that cost efficient. Another attack in here, unmorphs those lurker eggs. Throwing the storms down to help clear this out. I tell you what, he's doing a damn good job. He's killed off all the Hydras. It's just 5 lurkers left. Honestly, like, he can pick this stuff off. He's making another Archon, then go in, tank with that a little bit, and zap these down. Good moves. Another big army being fielded as well over here. We actually have a pretty decent army lead right now for QiaoGeGe. The Hydras look like they may want to go for a counterattack. into the main base. Now, there's a High Templar on the high ground and a Dragoon holding the ramp. So there's potential for a very good size storm here. Yeah, he backs up. Maybe sensing that was what was going on. Maybe the Overlord saw it. Now, QiaoGeGe, is he going to attack? I don't think you can attack into this, even with that many Dragoons. That is a lot of lurkers. That is so many lurkers. Now, he comes up with the Hydras. The Storm does a very, very good job. It looks like he did target an Observer for a moment there, but did not get it. Another great Storm on the Hydras. Ling's starting to come up. Definitely needs the Archons in there to clear these out. Another Storm going down. Oh my god, can he actually break this? Lings and Hydras. That is a lot of Hydras coming up. He only has one size storm left. I think you have to back out now. You absolutely have to back out. Even these reinforcements coming, even 2 more size storms, I don't think is quite enough here. You'd have to get the juiciest size storms ever. So he does back up for now. But with this base up, look at this, a bit of static D as well. This base, this base. It's been a crazy, wild, long game, and very impressive from QiaoGeGe, like how he's been able to fight back. Well, maybe if he can kill this, it's still... Like, if he kills this base, it's still doable. Oh my god, the Lurker Egg. Dude, these 5 Zealots would absolutely topple this. So that one Lurker Egg on the ramp, saving this base right now. Big, big deal right there. So I think that that's going to force QiaoGeGe into attacking this base once more. Wouldn't mind seeing something like the Zealots try to run down and maybe come in for a really strong flank. You know, take some risks with where you're moving with your army at this point. Ooh, another counterattack comes down. He is going to have that Storm ready. And not the best Storm. Good dodge. And here we go. Very important moment in this game. If QiaoGeGe can clear this out, then this really opens it up once again. He's got a lot of Zealots. He's holding back those Zealots, trying to clear as many of the Lurkers as possible. They really counter those Zealots very, very hard. Really great upgrades, by the way. Something I missed before. 3-2 upgrades for the Lurkers and Hydras. And look at this. Uses these Hydras that were going to hit the main base to counterattack on the 4th. Oh, God, he's just right-clicking the Nexus. Absolutely brutal. That's what it feels like when carriers right-click a command center, when you have enough to kill them if they would stay, but then they run away. Ouch. He's got to remake that immediately. But honestly, oh, God, I hear Consume as well. A Defiler ready. I think this game is finally over. What an epic one. Look at that. We're almost 40 minutes in right now. QiaoGeGe. Kid's got snake blood. He just will not die. Fights back valiantly for such a long time. One of the longest containments that we've really seen, but the writing truly is on the wall now if it was not before. There's just nothing left here. Yeah, the couple Lurkers under the Darkstorm being a bit annoying. The army's so small. It looks like it maybe a unit's in the way, so he wasn't able to start that Nexus. Very annoying indeed. Killing off a hatchery that's kind of not impactful. Some decent size storms going down. There's not even that much defense left for JeDi. Like, JeDi's really low in supply as well. But he's got enough income coming in that, you know, we can see him remake these units and send them up. Whereas the actual income that's occurring for Protoss is so low. And we're just going to have to see GG. There's nothing left here, which means we're going to go to our final game. The very last possible game that we could have. JeDi has eliminated 2 Protosses. Can he get the 3rd? You'll see next time on Dragon Ball Z.